Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Love Bites. Sorry, I'm just getting my phone. It's literally balanced on my laptop. All right, I'm just getting situated. Welcome to Love Bites. This is episode 2 of the brand new Facebook Live series coming to you every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. If you're in Canada or in North America anywhere, or it is Friday, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if you're just joining me, whether you are here live or whether you are watching the replay, say hi. Let me know where you're from. So as I mentioned in the post earlier, Love Bites is a conversation, okay? This is an interaction. The intention is that you jump on here with me and we have a chat. I have my cup of tea. It's the evening for me, so I have my peppermint tea so that I don't stay awake all night. So really bring your questions, bring your comments. This is not intended to be me talking at you. So if you're here, like I said, whether you're live or on the replay, say hi. Don't hesitate to chime in. I will do my best to answer questions and stuff as we go. Okay, let's do it. So today, episode 2, we are talking mindfulness. And mindfulness is, mindfulness is a bit of a buzzword lately. So it is thrown around and it is used in a million different ways. But what does it really mean? How can you be more mindful? Why should you even care about it? Why should you even watch this thing? So really, before we get into it, comment below what comes to mind when I say the word mindfulness. What does that mean to you right now? So today I'm going to share a couple of tips to really help you invite more mindfulness into your life, so that you can, kind of be the most present, tuned in, intuitive version of yourself. And I want to invite you to share this with someone you know who might need it or who might want to hear this today. So if you have somebody that you want to share this with, just tag them in the comments below. So what is mindfulness? First of all, a definition. According to Oxford, mindfulness is defined as a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. That is quite the run-on sentence. So it basically means, my interpretation of that, it basically means being in the present. Being aware of what's happening in and around you without getting caught up in the story of it all. It's a way of really just being right here, right now. And when I hear that, I don't know about you, but that definition, it feels really calming to me, settling, kind of like things are somehow easier and less complicated when you're being mindful, which is totally my experience as well. So why is mindfulness important? Awareness and presence. Have you ever had a conversation with someone who wasn't making eye contact? Maybe they're here, maybe they're looking around, they're everywhere, they're distracted, maybe they're looking at their phone, they're staring the whole time, or maybe they even interrupted you in the middle of a sentence. That is the opposite of being mindful. They're distracted, right? They're thinking about other things, they're living in the past, living in the future, maybe in a story somewhere. When this happens to me, it drives me insane. Seriously drives me mad, because it feels like I don't matter, right? I have no worth to that person. They would rather be anywhere but speaking to me. So what if this is how you're treating yourself? We're going to talk about a couple of different ways to incorporate mindfulness in a moment, but really just energetically, what if this is how you relate to yourself? Are you jumping around like the person in the conversation, in the past, in the future, worrying, interrupting your thoughts, judging, being scatterbrained? This is not how you treat someone you care about. That is not how you treat a loved one. So mindfulness is important for so many reasons, but as far as I'm concerned, the biggest one is respect. Respecting yourself, respecting your story, respecting your energy. When you love yourself, you respect yourself. Self-love and self-respect really go hand in hand. So how do you begin incorporating more mindfulness into your life each day? So there is a couple of ways that I want to just briefly touch on here. Firstly, mindful eating. So a lot of people struggle with this. I used to for years and years and years. I still do occasionally, but not nearly as much as I used to. Many people struggle with this, right? It's like we eat until our plate is empty. We eat at noon just because it's lunchtime, or at 6 p.m. just because it's dinner time. But we don't tune into our bodies. We don't listen. We don't listen to our hunger. We don't listen to our fullness. Learning to listen to your body's actual symptoms of physical hunger is such an important step to learning to work with your body instead of against it, and is a really big sign of respect. Mindful eating has no rules. It's not a diet. It is a way of being. It's finding peace with food and saying yes to what feels right to you. So another way of incorporating mindfulness into your life is mindful thinking. Our inner critic can get loud. She's bossy. She can get really bold. Say a lot of really nasty things. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one whose inner critic does that. So really start noticing. Start becoming aware. Awareness is the first step to changing anything. If you're not aware there's an issue, how can you change it? Listen to what's being said in your head, right? In your own internal conversation, and ask if it's true. Like, where did that story come from? Are you really the most disgusting person in the room? Will you really never find love? Are your thoughts true or false? By tuning in and being present, we can really get mindful of our thoughts and start realizing that so much of what we think is bullshit. Let's be honest. I was trying to think of a nice way to say it. There's no nice way to say it. So much of what we think really is BS. Like, it just is. But by tuning into it, we can start questioning it and changing it, which is kind of awesome. And a really great overall mindfulness practice that can help with both mindful eating, mindful thinking, is meditation. I feel like I can practically hear your eyes rolling. But just like listen for a second. Meditation is not a religious practice. It's not about, tuning out to the world, being spacey, or chanting Om. Though if that's your thing, that's awesome. I totally chant Om in yoga sometimes. Meditation is about tuning in. Meditation is about being in the present moment, oftentimes bringing the focus to a singular object, a singular thought, or a singular action. For example, quite often breathing, just focusing on your breath. That is, I would say, probably the most common thing that people tend to focus on during meditation because it's a constant. It's always there. And daily meditation can take literally a few minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes a day. And it can change your life. My own personal story with meditation. I started, it'll be about 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago? Yeah, that sounds right. I was on vacation. I've been thinking about doing it for a long time. I had kind of gone back and forth a lot. I didn't know if I wanted to or if I didn't want to. And I was on vacation, and literally one morning I was just like, I'm going to try. And I had an app on my phone. It was just a free app. And I went out. There's a really pretty balcony with like an ocean view and everything. I was in Indonesia. And put my headphones in and just did the meditation app. Just listened and followed their instructions. And it was so simple. But that day, I knew there was something in it. I knew there was something in there. So I kept at it and I kept going. And I used different apps, and I've used YouTube videos, and I've had a meditation teacher. And the more I do it, the more I see the amazing impact that it has on my life. And this practice of sitting for, like I said, 5-10 minutes a day really has the capacity to make you more mindful of everything. Especially your thoughts, especially your feelings, especially your stories about yourself and your food and your relationships, and everything. So many people say, I don't have time to do it every day. Okay, what time do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up at 6 a.m.? Can you wake up at 5:50 a.m. instead? It's literally 10 minutes. We're not talking a giant thing here. if being mindful, if tuning in, if getting rid of your bullshit thoughts is important, it's something to consider. It really is. So do you think that you can start being more mindful in your life? This could be through meditation. This could be through something else. It could literally be just calling yourself out, noticing, right? Being aware, bringing awareness to your day. I love talking about mindfulness, clearly, and meditation, really, because it's made such a huge difference in my life. My meditation practice has been a big part of my own journey, my self-discovery, learning to love my body and love myself, because it's helped me tune into who I really am and tune out all of the stories and all the BS that doesn't serve me. Really, in a nutshell, that's really what it did. So I'm curious, are you game to start being more mindful? Is this something that you're willing to try? Is this something that maybe you'll consider? Please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. Let me know in the comments. Is mindfulness something that you will consider incorporating into your life just a little bit more? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and for being here. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Most likely same coffee mug. Let's be honest. Probably same tea even. Hopefully I don't need the scarf, but we'll see if the polar vortex is still here next week or not. Have a good evening or a good day, everybody. I'll see you next week.